As we were saying, just to reiterate, Micah, the so-called Moristite, thousands of years ago, prophesied precisely when, where, and of whom or what tribe of Israel, and the exact spot on earth at which time of generation that he himself would be born. That is, after the Messiah, the Son, Yudhid Yahweh, would be born several years later. And he did so, Micah wrote about himself, his own birth, by way of writing his own prophecy with his own fingers using an ink pen. And he did it in Messianic, Hebraic manuscript. Keeping in mind that when Micah, the so-called Moristite, originally authorized his prophecies, he wrote by way of writing these prophecies that we've just mentioned with his own fingers using an ink pen. And he did it in Messianic, Hebraic manuscript. We repeat that because it is very important for you to know and understand this and let that soak into your mind. Although you are reading the English idiom today because you were raised and you were bred by the Englishman. Some of you who are watching this video are naturally from England. You are the heritage. You are the citizens of Europe, of England. You are the offspring of your ancestors from Europe and from England. So the English language is your cultural language. However, most of the people on this planet outside of England, if not all the people on this planet outside of England, adopted the English language. And therefore, when it comes to reading the Bibles of the world that were transliterated and translated into English, then a lot of the original writings, especially the Messianic Hebraic manuscript and manuscripts of the prophets, were altered, changed, substituted, and euphemized. They were more euphemized than compromised, and still is to this day. Today, which is known as the year 16 or 6016. 16 days, 16 years after the 6,000 year that was given to Satan, the son of Satan, Cain, to rule the earth. I repeat, this year is known as, we are still in the year 6016 of the solar calendar. And to you, the rest of the world, you recognize this year as January 2014 of the Gregorian calendar, formerly known as the Julian calendar. The Hebrew characters or symbols that Micah the Morissite used to prophesy of the Son, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh's birth, are now provided by computer graphical keys that are still able to be typed in Hebraic manuscript that's being pronounced today by your host, even during this recorded indite. Nevertheless, and for the sake of those who may be viewing or listening to this recorded testimony and are in search for the truth that was hidden by the lying rulers of this world, let us bear witness to you of the truth that was changed to the liars of Satan. And we will bear witness to you as follows. The quote, English, in the quote, translation of the original Hebrew name for Micah, quote, Micah, end of quote, went through several stages or changes, should you prefer, throughout history. That is, before it became known today as the English's name, quote, Micah or Micah, spelled in the English letters M-I-C-A-H, end of quote, of this modern era. Now, my guess is that you may be asking that infamous one-word question known as, quote, why, end of quote. If so, just be my guess that you are asking why. Then here is the answer to that infamous question known as, quote, why, end of quote. Why did they change Micah's name? Well, the answer is the original Hebraic name of the author of the 33rd book of the Old Testament truly bears the name of a servant or an angel of the, quote, celestial lodge, end of quote, which was also known to become sealed as part of the, quote, third seal, end of quote. And the name of the god or master of the celestial lodge is, quote, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. That's Hebrew, the tetragrammaton, from right to left. Again, I repeat, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. Yahweh. Even Beth Nun Sophie, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. Yahweh, that's been Yahweh. Now you have to resort to your study tools, your Bible dictionaries, interpreter's dictionaries, even some regular Webster's English dictionaries. Go to those dictionaries and look up the name of the tetragrammaton, Yahweh, or YHWH. In fact, the definition can be found in some Bibles, King James Version Bibles, of the Thomas Nelson Publishers of Nashville, Tennessee. They placed the name Yahweh in back of the Bible dictionary. You can find it there. Look in back of your Bible that you have, and maybe it's back there. Nevertheless, the name, quote, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, from right to left, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh, even Beth Nun Sophie, Ben Yahweh, is ineffable or unutterable, should you prefer. This is one of the reasons why we insist that you look up this name. Look up the name of the God of the Hebrews, the God of Israel, Yahweh, so you can see for yourself that the name to all nations on the planet is ineffable or unutterable. And the word ineffable or unutterable is defined in most English dictionaries as, quote, unable to be expressed in words, end of quote.